And we're not done with Sri Lanka yet. Remember the 2019 Easter bombings? A series of coordinated blasts took place in Colombo in April 2019. One of the explosions happened as our correspondent was reporting. A total of 267 people were killed. 45 of them were foreign nationals. The blasts caught the world's attention. WION reported on the story for weeks. Finally, a presidential commission was set up to investigate the matter. It's been 2 years now, and the commission has submitted its report to the Sri Lankan parliament. Here's what it says. Criminal charges should be slapped on the then President Maithripala Sirisena and then Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe along with other top officials. What for? For not stopping the attacks despite intelligence inputs. A total of 10 conclusions have been made. This is the one that stands out. The lax approach of Mr. Wickremesinghe towards Islamic extremism as Prime Minister was one of the primary reasons for the failure. The report also pins blame on the former Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena. It says there is criminal liability on his part. And the primary cause for the attack was Wahhabist ideology. Groups like Tawheed and SLJI, Sri Lanka Jamaat-e-Islami. Now, I don't want to make any assumptions, but ever since the Rajapaksas came to power, this is what has been happening. Numerous reports of political witch hunts in Sri Lanka have emerged. Since December 2019, several former ministers and even sitting MPs have been put behind bars. Now, the former president and the former prime minister are being blamed for a terror attack. Criminal proceedings are being suggested against them. On the other hand, those close to the Rajapaksas are being pardoned. According to reports, a separate presidential commission was formed on quote-unquote political victimization. This one called for the pardoning of 25 former military officers. Most of them were accused of war crimes and human rights abuses. And they also happen to be close allies of the Rajapaksas. All I'm trying to say is that the political dynamics in Sri Lanka have changed. The Rajapaksas are ruling with a heavy hand, targeting those against them and protecting those with them. The Presidential Commission report highlights lapses that were publicly acknowledged. I say this because just a few days after the 2019 blasts happened, I travelled to Colombo and interviewed Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, and he very categorically told me that Sri Lanka did not act fully on the intelligence provided, that India had provided intelligence. I'll wrap up with an excerpt from that interview. Know for a fact that there was a lapse, but whose fault was it?
Well, the information didn't flow up, and the information that went down was not acted fully. Because if the information that went down was acted on, you could have prevented all the blasts, or at least many of the blasts. One of them could have taken place.
There are claims that a political conspiracy could have led to these lapses, and this is a very serious claim. Do you believe this? And more importantly, are you going to investigate a charge like this?
If there's any evidence of political conspiracy, yes, we will inquire into it. At the moment, we are looking into lapses in the system itself and inactivity.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.